Welcome back to Hope's Homemade Kitchen. If you're new here, I'm Hope, and each week I make recipes from this home kitchen. Sometimes we'll do comfort food, maybe we'll do desserts. Sometimes we will do meal prep, a variety of things, and I hope you'll subscribe and join me each week. Tonight we're making creamy Cajun shrimp pasta. I'll show you the ingredients and let's get started. In the ingredient lineup for the creamy Cajun shrimp pasta, we have 1 pound of uncooked shrimp. That's been deveined, but I'll need to wash and take the peel off of those. We're using fettuccine for the pasta. We'll have some minced garlic. We'll chop up some tomatoes. I will shred some Parmesan cheese. There's also butter, olive oil, some Cajun seasoning. I have Slap Your Mama. I don't recommend slapping your mama. Tony Satura's Creole seasoning, and then whipping cream. And to top it off, I'll garnish with some fresh parsley. I want to say something about the whipping cream here. This is a great item that I found at Trader Joe's. It's a shelf-stable whipping cream. It's a seasonal item, and when they have it in stock, I'll stock up on it because it's really handy to have and it doesn't need to be refrigerated. So I'm going to use that tonight. Let's get started with washing and peeling the shrimp. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is to take the shrimp. I bought 1 pound of 3140 shrimp that's been deveined, and it says easy peel, so I'll need to wash it and take off the peels. I just took this out of the freezer earlier today and it's thawed a little bit. See how it's still frozen a little and it's got the tails on. So I'm going to run some cold water on this, and I'll be going through and making sure the veins, it's been deveined appropriately. And then I will do the easy peel, slide the peel right off of those. You need to use very cold water because with shrimp, it would cook with anything other than cold water. What I usually do is just peel it that way and then do a pinch on the tail. Go through, make sure there's no shell on it, do a pinch. It's got a few little leggies on there, you might want to pinch those off. So these are the 31 to 40 count shrimp. So I believe it's a count per pound if I'm not mistaken. And so the lower the count, the bigger the shrimp. And these are about medium. So not real small, not real big. I'll edit a lot of this out. I'm going to spare you watching me peel every single shrimp. How many of you still have one of these Tupperware colanders? Those are from the old days. We still have one. And actually I grab for that all the time. I use it way more than my stainless steel colanders. And it's great for like a little... And it's great for when you only have small things like this. Rinsing it really well with cold water. Looking through there, making sure I don't have any shells left. Okay, it looks pretty clean. These are all the shells we got out of that. Shells and tails. Okay, next thing we're going to do is pat the shrimp dry and season it. All right, so I just sprayed a little bit of my olive oil that I have in my Evo sprayer that I love. It really controls the spray for the olive oil. Okay, and then I have some low salt Cajun seasoning. You could use any kind of Cajun seasoning you want. Just keep in mind that Cajun seasoning has a little more kick and spice to it than a lot of other seasonings, so you want to be aware going in. I'm going to mix it with a little Tony Chachere's seasoning, which is very popular. It's got all kinds of seasonings as well. Tony Chachere's, I believe that's from Louisiana. Okay, I've washed the tomatoes up really well, and I'm going to chop those up. Then I'll need to grate the Parmesan and have that ready. Nothing fancy here, just use whatever tomatoes you have. Even if you don't have fresh tomatoes, you could even use some drained canned tomatoes, I think. So, should be fine. That's a lot more than a half cup, but I think it'll be great in the pasta, give it a lot of color and flavor. Okay, so that's ready. I'm going to set it aside with the shrimp for now. And then I'm going to grate, actually I'm just going to use like one of these microplanes and grate some cheese. You could also, if you don't have the Parmesan cheese in a block, you could just use the stuff in the can. It is just fine. Just the Kraft Parmesan cheese. I've used that before and it's just fine. This microplane gives it a very fine texture. You could also just use a grater. Or if you've got the stuff that's already grated that you bought in a little bag from the store, that's perfect too. Recipe calls for a half a cup to go in the sauce and then a little more for sprinkling over when you serve it. Okay, now I'm going to turn on the heat to cook the shrimp, and then we'll remove the shrimp and cook the other items. And the sauce comes together pretty quickly. Okay, in the order of cook, once the oil gets hot, we will put in the shrimp, the seasoned shrimp, and brown it on both sides. It'll just take like a minute, not even a minute on both sides. We'll remove it, and with what's left in the pan, we'll cook the tomatoes, garlic, and then we'll start adding the sauce. We're putting the sauce and the cheese and the butter together, and we'll have some additional Creole seasoning that goes in there. Okay, we want the pasta to come to a rolling boil. We'll put the pasta in. It'll take a few minutes to cook. It needs to be al dente. The water's come to a rolling boil. And I'm going to put in 8 ounces of dried fettuccine. When that cooks down, I'll mash it down so we don't have half-cooked pasta. Okay, so that was half of a 16-ounce box of fettuccine. Put it in a single layer. And they're going to cook up really quickly, so keep an eye on them. You don't want to overcook shrimp. They will become rubbery and not taste that great. Oh, that seasoning smells wonderful on there. So as soon as I get all these in here, it's going to be time to flip them. They cook so fast. When you're cooking your pasta, it gets to be al dente. You'll want to reserve a cup of pasta water for the sauce. All right, I think they're ready to start turning. They really do cook so fast. And we'll be putting them, we'll put everything back together into the pan with the noodles and the sauce, and we'll put the shrimp back in too, so they're going to have plenty of time to cook to what they need to. Okay, I'm going to start taking these out now. And see how fast that was. I'm going to turn the heat way down because then I'm going to put the garlic in, saute the garlic, let it get fragrant, and then I'll finish it up with the sauce. One thing I forgot to do was turn on the oven for our crusty bread. I'm going to turn that on at 425 because we're going to have some crusty bread with this to sop up all that good sauce. Put in like a tablespoon of chopped garlic in there. Add in 2 tablespoons of butter. And that's going to help create the sauce with the cream. Oops. I'm going to add in the tomatoes and let those start cooking. Turn up the heat a little bit. I just had some quick take and bake bread that I have in the freezer. Once the oven comes to 425 degrees, I'll pop it in, and it'll only be about 8 to 10 minutes until that's done. Okay, that looks like it's done. Perfect al dente. I said before, I'm going to reserve 1 cup of pasta water. So once the sauce is ready, that'll be ready to pop in there and everything will come together. And so now the tomatoes have cooked down a little bit. I'm going to put in some more Cajun seasoning right into the sauce. That's about a tablespoon of Cajun seasoning. I'm going to put the cheese in that I just grated. Now along with that, I'm going to put the cream in. This is our shelf-stable Trader Joe's cream. You'll see how convenient it is. It just comes in a little carton. And that's perfect. It calls for 1 cup, and that's an 8-ounce container. Okay, I'm going to add in the pasta. Smells incredible. We'll add the shrimp back in. It's got some good juice there. Just throw it all in. At this point, you want to add more cheese. Okay, now I'm going to turn it down to very low. Ooh, that looks good. Add in a little bit of pasta water. as a garnish. I just chopped up what parsley I had left. Okay. That is done and ready to serve. I'm going to turn it on very low. Put the lid on while our bread is cooking. And here is the finished product. It just looks so good. Creamy Cajun shrimp fettuccine. We're going to dish it up now and give it a taste test. Okay, this is the dinner plated up. Fettuccine pasta and some warm crusty bread. Perfect. Okay, now I'm ready for the taste test. A little warm crusty bread with the fettuccine shrimp pasta. Cajun fettuccine shrimp pasta. That's amazing. That's restaurant quality. You don't need to go out. You can have this at home. I'll put the recipe in the description box below, and I hope you try it. It's amazing. Thank you for joining me tonight on Hope's Homemade Kitchen. If you liked what you saw, please like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.